Hi, fam. Trust you've been keeping well. God has been good to you. It's your girl back again with a lovely recipe. These are mandazis. Very yummy, very soft, well cooked inside, as you can see, because that's one of the biggest problems that people have with mandazis. I promise you, if you follow this recipe, you're going to have some yummy mandazis that are soft, delicious, that your family is literally going to devour. And straight to the recipe, we have some butter or margarine, some sugar. Here I have half a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of margarine. And then I have some 4 cups of flour that I've already mixed with 1 tablespoon of yeast, instant yeast. And you just mix it up together. Just make sure that your yeast is well incorporated. Then next we're going to add about half a cup of sugar into to the mixture. Does this have a cup of, no, 1 cup of sugar? I'm sorry, 1 cup of sugar. And then I have some warm milk, and then there's water, and then I have 1 cup of flour that we're supposed to use to, just roll our mandazi. And on, we're going to add our sugar. In we go with our sugar. Remember, with sugar, you adjust according to your taste and how it depends on if you're a sweet tooth, you can add more. And so I'm just going to mix everything, just making sure that the sugar gets to each and every bit of the flour. So mandazis are very, very nice to snack on and also for breakfast. As a snack, especially now that we have the kids at home. I don't know if it's just my home or it's everywhere else. My kids are always hungry. I know, right? So I'm adding in the butter and I'm just going to mix everything together. Just rubbing in the flour and the margarine. You just rub it to get a sand-like mixture where you're making sure that the margarine or the butter gets to each and every bit of the flour. Yeah, so as I was saying, my kids are always hungry. They'll have lunch now. 30 minutes later, they're hungry. So if you have some mandazis at home, these are great because they'll have one too when they're good to go. So I'm adding in my warm milk, warm to touch. So in there, I added the milk bit by bit. Continue adding bit by bit as you need. And now the water is just to add in case you feel the milk wasn't enough or the consistency isn't enough. If you just want to use only milk, it's still okay. But personally, I prefer mixing the portions, a bit of milk, a bit of water. I always feel it gives me, I don't know, it's just me anyway. But I feel it's different when I do so. Yeah, so that's me. Okay, that's my girl. It's not me. I was the one who's filming this. So that's us mixing up. As you can notice, at that point, we had mixed the milk with a bit of water. So we're just kneading. You knead until you make sure the flour is well incorporated completely, like you cannot see any flour anywhere. Yeah. So you don't have any reason why you should be having some yummy mandazis in your home. These are great even when you have those chamas, when you have some visitors visiting you. Just have these with a hot cup of tea and it's amazing. So yeah, see that? You've well kneaded the flour, everything is good, the dough is well incorporated, and you've got to cover this and let it rest for like 20 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes if you got the time in a warm place. Um, so yeah, that's my girl. Kinda just loving how it feels on our hands. So yeah, cover it up. Leave it for like 20 to 30 minutes for the dough to rise. Yep. That's me punching it up, letting the air out. By now it's stretchy and very nice. Look at that. See that? That's kind of what you want. And then from there, you just roll it up like you do at your party and just cut into your triangles. Or you can cut to any shape that you like. Like I keep telling you, in cooking, you don't really have, like, as long as you've got the concept, you can play around with whatever it is that you're making. You don't even have to be so strict because then again, you have to have fun when you're in the kitchen, because I hear people saying that they don't really like cooking. It's because when you're so strict with it, or maybe you've not learned the concept of something, you try your mandazis, they are hard, they're not coming out as you want them, and so you get frustrated. So there you go, in your hot oil, start frying your mandazis, and imagine, voila, it's just as simple as that. I know, right? So it's as simple as that. Don't let anyone fool you, making think that it's rocket science or something. It's so easy to make these things. You may fail once, you may fail twice, but trust me, that time you start getting it. But I can promise you one thing. If you follow this recipe to the latter, you're going to get amazing, amazing results. I forgot to mention that step when I had added yeast. I also added cardamom. That's the flavor I wanted for my mandazis. Cardamom, I added 1 teaspoon, heaped teaspoon, yani kijiko imejaa vizuri. With mandazis, you can do any flavor that you like. Sometimes I do lemon reed, yani ile una grate tu hiyo ngozi ya lemon. Sometimes I do sometimes I do cinnamon and vanilla. So you can do any flavor that you like. And even if you don't have all these things, you can just go in like that. You don't even have to specifically have any flavor. If you use this recipe, you're guaranteed to have some yummy mandazis, even if you don't add any flavor. Just go in with your flour, with your sugar, with your margarine, and you're good to go. I also forgot to mention I added salt, but I guess by now, if you've been following my recipes, you know me. Anything to do with pastries, anything to do with flour. I'm that girl that adds even a bit of salt in her cakes. I know, right? I always feel that just a bit of salt adds a very nice twist to my pastries, and it's my holy grail, literally. So unless a recipe is literally telling me do not add salt, I guess that's the only time that I won't add salt. So that's us showing you again, like literally how to roll your dough. Just take a bit of a kabol, just roll the kabol and roll it out like you do the chapatis. Just roll it completely, because you don't need it to be so thick, because then again, when it gets to be so thick, it means your mandazi won't cook all through. And also, I'm that girl that doesn't like my mandazis having just a lot of, I'll call it meat, a lot of meat inside. So yeah, I prefer mine to be a little bit, yani ile ninakata naona kuna shimo ndani, literally. That's me. Kama itakuwa na nyama nyama ni kidogo sana. So that's us frying our mandazis. Imagine ni kitu simple hivi. I don't understand why you've not been trying. Like again, I keep telling you, I'm your girl. I'll make the mistakes and I will come with a complete recipe that is going to change your life. I'm here to make mistakes on your behalf, and you're there to perfect your cooking skills. I'm expecting you to make yummy ones zaidi ya Kiswahili imegonga mwamba ama ni mwanga, right? I'm expecting you to make better mandazis than mine. So have fun in the kitchen. Surprise those little champs in your house. Eh? Have machampe. Or surprise, man. Eh? Make some yummy things for them, some yummy treats for them. Aujui vile mi hujisikia master wakati watoi wangu, they are just all over the mandazis or all over whatever it is that I've made, and they're all over just saying thank you ma'am, this is yummy, this is hapa hakuna kitu unaweza ni show by the way. Na kwanga master mwingine, hakuna kitu unaweza niambia hapo nini sasa aje sasa. you know so follow some of my recipes for that kind of reaction in your home, people loving your cooking, people enjoying. It's a kind of brings kind of happiness, kind of like a joy that I cannot explain. And also hata wewe mwenyewe, when you make something delicious for yourself and you get to enjoy and you're like, oh, okay, I made this, okay, all right, it feels nice. It's always good to enjoy some yummy food. Food is one of the pleasures we also have on this earth. So let's enjoy while you're on this earth. Enjoy some good food and go enjoy some yummy treats. Usijitese na machakula tafadhali wakati nikiwa hapa. Let me also know some of the recipes that you'd love me to try, and I'll be more than willing to do that. Take the risk for you and you perfect it. All right? So there you go. Just look at that color. So again, another tip, the longer you leave them on the oil, the darker they get. So this is that step that you're careful depending on ile color unapenda. Unapenda gold, kama golden brown, nini. Yeah, imagine simple as that. Look at that goodness. Hey, cheki mautamu. Cheki mautamu. Can you imagine these mandazis I made them ilikuwa asubuhi uwe the next day, yani mandazi ilikuwa imebaki ilikuwa kidogo sana, hata ingetosha kila mtu breakfast. Aingetosha kila mtu breakfast. We had to buy some bread. Do you buy bread or what did you do on this day? No, I think I made some pancakes. Yeah. And thank you so much.